You gonna change your name first?
I forgot about that. And thank you for reminding me because I was gonna sit up there and pull up three all day. Okay, so hello and welcome to another episode of Pull Up Three. I am Paragon Don,
I'm May.
And I'm Jay Trent.
and today we have a very, very special guest, a two-time state champ, Gatorade Player of the Year, WNBA Champion, Alaina Coates.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So thank you for having us. Again, you are our very first interviewee. So again, we're very honored. I hope Italy is treating you well.
Very much so, yes. Yes,
So we just have a list of questions that we're just going to go down. I think the first one that, of course, we all want to know is you played under the illustrious Dawn Staley. So
Mhm.
how would you describe playing for her and her just overall impact on your career?
I definitely would have to say that being able to be someone who caught Coach Staley's eye at a young age, and the rest of the coaching staff, it was definitely an honor. Um, and honestly, being able to play for her, it was great. Like she knows what she's doing in terms of being able to build a program, and she genuinely knows how to like build up like a player. So I feel like it was very helpful, like because obviously she was a guard, I'm a post player, but I feel like in terms of my career, she was able to really help me understand like the best ways that I could make myself available to my guards and kind of just to help mend the fence of understanding like the relationship or the dynamics, I guess, between post player, guard, and I feel like she does a very good job of helping us become pro ready without actually sitting there and being like, in the pros are going to make you do this, or in the pros they're going to want you to do that. And I feel like because there wasn't so much pressure behind like hearing those words, and because a lot of us we want to play professional ball and all that stuff when we're in college, and sometimes it's a lot of pressure when you keep hearing like on the next level, you got to do this. On the next level, you got to do that. I know we have to know these things, but ultimately, I feel like the way that she went about it, in my case, she made it in a very teaching type environment, and it was very less like stressful for real. And ultimately, I feel like I don't know. I feel like, I haven't had the start professional wise, at least in the W that I wanted to, but I do know that I'm knowledgeable. And as I've been able to play more, even with overseas and in the W, I've been able to use a lot of the things that her and the coaching staff had taught me at USC and still using those lessons to this day. So, yeah.
It's lovely.
Yeah, that's it. So while we're talking about like your early W career, like I wasn't watching the WNBA in 2017, so kind of take us back to your senior season and just like, did you think you would be the number two pick? Were you prepared? I know you had an injury that season, so like kind of how did that shape how you felt about going pro? And yeah, I know that was a lot. So
No, you're good. So, my senior season, I unfortunately suffered every senior's nightmare. You get hurt your senior season and you can't finish it out. But luckily, I had a wonderful team. And again, kudos to Coach Staley because she knows how to put an entire team together. She doesn't just have a whole team full of individuals and try to just push us out there and make us figure it out. And we were able to win the national championship. Um, because I was injured, I didn't think that I would go number two. Um, but I also didn't really understand like the business behind things. And I also, like, I can admit it, I didn't really watch the WNBA until, like, I really got in it. More of an anime person, like, I'm not gonna lie. So but I feel like the injury, it didn't necessarily hinder how I felt about me going in there. I do feel like I underestimated the what exactly it would mean, like, to enter the WNBA, because obviously if you're playing basketball your entire career from middle to high school, it's a level change. High school to college is a level change. So in my mind I was just thinking, it's a whole nother, like, just a little level change, like it's an entirely different level change, and you got to think about the business side of things and all these other things. And ultimately I felt very blessed and very honored to still be able to go number two. And I know that she is not coaching in the WNBA anymore right now, but I truly do. I love playing with Coach Amber Stocks. I love playing with her. Um, the 1 year that I was able to play with her, and so her, I don't know, it was something about her. I know well, in my opinion, I felt like I was very unprepared, but I felt like she was probably really the only coach who was willing to sit me down and be like, look, you're here right now. I want you to work on X, Y, and Z so that we can get you here. And ultimately, it just made my transition a whole lot easier. But in terms of getting hurt and all that stuff, I definitely thought that might hurt my stock a little bit. But I also underestimated the amount of like work and effort that I put into like my high school career, my college career. Like I, at that time period, my mom had to keep reminding me like, hey, you got chosen number two for a reason. And so yeah, and she was able to help me like fully kind of realize like, okay, this was why she picked me and stuff like that. So yeah.
So back to your college career real quick. You made two SEC all defensive teams. And the SEC is, known for at this point being one of the tougher conferences in women's college basketball. So to be known as one of the best defenders in that conference, and even now as your career goes on, what is it that you take pride in the most on the defensive end of the floor?
I take Honestly, I take a lot of pride in overall rebounding, but definitely defensive rebounding. I like to be considered a problem on offense and defense. And I really just take pride in being able to be one of the five players that the coach will put on the floor if they need a stop, or someone that they can depend on to go grab a rebound or something like that. Because I feel like something that makes me different from most bigs is I'm really willing to like sprint full speed, dive on the floor, like try to jump, well, like try to save the ball from going out of bounds. I'll sacrifice my body, stuff like that. Like I'm not gonna say I don't care, but like I care. But in a sense, it's just like I take pride in the fact that my coaches saw something in me, and it wasn't necessarily something that I had to like dig deep to find. It was just something that I do. And yeah, on defense, I don't know. I just like being in the mix. I just like being part of the five that's just like they got the energy out there. When I was playing in Chicago, we had an assistant coach, Coach Avi, and typically the five that I would play with, he would call us like the dog squad. And we would go out there and like be real aggressive and just go do things and like get the job done. Not that the rest of my teammates wouldn't, but I kind of like now, like ever since he said that, I kind of think of those moments. And I'm just like, yeah, I want to be part of like that squad. I want to be part of that squad that's just like, all right, if them five are on the floor and it's a tight game, like we're really gonna have to figure out what are we gonna do. And I really just take pride in the fact that I'm acknowledged and such in that I'm a big who can move my feet. I can block shots, I can rebound, and ultimately you don't have to coach effort for me. I just take pride in the fact that I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna go to war with the other four and whoever else is on my team. So
So last season, you obviously finished your career with finished your season with the Aces and won a championship with them. You started with Chicago, and as we kind of know, Chicago doesn't have like top tier facilities. Everyone's kind of getting there in a certain way. With the Aces recently upgraded to what they have now, and they're considered like having like a top tier facilities and top tier things for players. How would you describe the difference in like the things that you got or like amenities and whatnot from when you started to last season?
I would definitely say it was like a culture shock, and it was definitely like a breath of fresh air. I remember actually I've been on so many different teams. I don't know who I was playing with when I saw that the Aces, it was the 2022 season for sure, when I saw like the videos of the new facility and stuff. And I was just like, dang, that's nice. Because in Chicago, when I was still there, I don't know what the case is for them, but we were using a recreational gym, um, kind of like right around the corner from, and we didn't, we had to share the locker rooms with, the people who had memberships for the gym and stuff. And even, when I played for places like Minnesota and Phoenix and we had like shared facilities with the men, it was always nice, but it's just something different about being able to just come into your own gym, your own facility, your own locker room. Like it it was real nice. It was very nice in there. I'm not gonna lie. I was when I got the call from Natalie and Becky was saying that she would like for me to come out there and play with them. Like I was extremely honored, but yeah, I would that facility is very nice. That facility is very nice. And I will say that people are now starting to understand that those type of things will kind of equate into it's kind of like investing into your players, because I was with Seattle for their training camp this season, and they now have their own facility, and it's also very nice. And I feel like being able to, just come in and, get shots up whenever you want to, be able to safely do treatment, get in a hot tub, cold tub, do a steam room or a sauna or something like that. Ultimately, it's very beneficial for us in the long run. But yeah, that the Aces is nice though. It's very nice.
Did you have a favorite amenity while you were
Definitely the hot tub. Yeah, definitely the hot tub. And I will say, they had I've never used an infrared sauna before.
I ain't never
I
heard
like
of
that.
that.
Yeah, I must say I didn't even know that they made infrared saunas for real, but they have one there, and I like that very much. I'm more of a heat person, so yeah, definitely the hot tub and the infrared sauna. Those are my favorite things.
there? And like let's continue on with you talking about that season with the Aces. Like what lessons or things did you take away? And do you think it has kind of prepared you in a way to try to make your way back to a W team full time?
Um, Definitely has pushed me to making a team in a W full time. What I will say in regards to that is I want to be able to, and I'm not saying that they did not celebrate me. I felt more than celebrated, especially with the fan base. Once the picture came out that I was coming with them, so many fans were like, "Oh my gosh, yes!" And I was just like, "Y'all don't even know me, but thank you so much." Um, Especially with like the expansions coming within the next couple years, I learned that there are or like it is possible to be in an organization where it can be cool, calm, and collected. There doesn't have to be animosity between teammates. There doesn't have to be inside drama. Like everybody can be considered and looked at as an equal, whether you're playing a full 40 minutes or you're not playing much at all. And I definitely just, I don't know, I just feel like everyone in that organization just kind of has a professional air around them outside of basketball. And I feel like I was kind of able to kind of just from peeping different people, like Sydney Colson and Teresa Plaisance, they had their TV show. And y'all know Asia's on and popping and everything. Chelsea being signed with Adidas. And I believe Alicia Clark had got a cooking show. Just being able to like see how an organization will like back you in that professional level and be able to help push you forward, because at the end of the day, basketball is not going to be forever. It definitely helped me, just being there kind of definitely helped me understand that I need to like really, just to take things serious after, things are, said and done. And I don't have to wait until, like the season is over with before I have to be like, okay, well, how do I use these resources? How do I do this? How do I do that? And ultimately, when it comes to my return to the W, I definitely would just say that I would want to go somewhere where I am, or I was just as celebrated in Vegas as I was anywhere else. So, yeah.
So, with regards to different coaches you played for, different teams you've been on, how has it been to adjust for play style or what role that each coach has asked you to play?
I'm not gonna lie, it definitely has been a little rough. And I more so say that because it's not always easy coming into an established system already. Um, I understand the type of player that I am, but I also understand that I was chosen to play for these teams that I was playing for a reason. And I feel like my biggest challenge probably was just trying to understand the system in a short amount of time, because, some places they needed me to get on the court immediately. Some places, um, like Las Vegas, for example, I was able to, take my time and really get to know the system, get to build the chemistry with the girls and stuff like that. So I probably feel like that probably was the like the biggest, I guess, hurdle, I guess. But ultimately, just being able to play in these different programs, I've been able to learn and play with so many different people. I got to play with Sylvia Fowles and learn from her. I got to learn from BG. I was in Phoenix for a week, but I've just been able to meet and study and be able to learn from so many different people. And I know some people look at like, oh, you've been on so many different teams. I use it, but it's like it's so many different learning experiences, and I get to meet so many great people, and I get to be able to experience all these different crowds. I'm able to experience all these different like loves and energies from everywhere, and it's definitely a rewarding feeling. And I know a lot of people are just like, oh, you can't stick with the team, da 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 da. But at the end of the day, I know that my time is coming. My team is waiting for me, and I mean, I'm never gonna be down about that, because at the end of the day, I know the type of player that I am, and I understand that we just need more teams. We need a bigger league. So
It's funny you brought up Sylvia Fowles and like the fact that you have played with great teammates, because we were taking a look at your career and like look at some of the short list of great players you played with. Sylvia Fowles, Maya Moore, Fee, Simone Augustus, Gabby Williams, Angel McCoughtry, Brittany Sykes, Tiffany Hayes, E. Will, Cheyenne Partner, Courtney Vandersloot, EDD, like the aces, like you have had some Hall of Fame teammates. Uh, who are some of your favorite teammates you've had and like your experiences with them and what have you been able to take away from some of them?
Sydney Colson definitely is top of the list. She is hilarious. And one of the biggest things that I took away from her is always be ready. Like always be ready for whenever your name is called. When I was there, Becky has her system in place. We already know the Aces are a very successful program, and Becky knows what she's doing. I'll never question what she's doing, but in my opinion, I feel like Sid definitely needs more PT. But she definitely has. I'm just saying. I'm just saying it. But I feel like
if we
Sid.
are on Sydney posting like needs playtime agenda, like that's been my agenda all year. But yeah, continue.
Jermaine is leader of the fan
Like
club.
Sid is such an amazing person, but a big lesson that I've learned from her is just always be ready when your name is called, because whenever she was called in to come in that game, whether it was offense or defense, she did her big one and she did it with energy, and it just amazed me to be able to be her teammate and be able to witness it for myself, because so many people love to be like, oh, you're on this team, you don't get much playing time, da 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 da. You have to earn your spot on these teams. Like whether you get to play 40 minutes or you get to play 5, you still are in these practices battling it out with everyone else on this team, and you never know when your name is going to get called. And that championship game, like the game 4 last year when we were playing New York at New York, the way that she stepped up when Chelsea was out and Kia was out, and just the way that everybody like that needed to play stepped up, it just really showed me like this is what it truly means to be ready when your name is called. And I feel like watching Sydney and her, just watching Sydney for real, just kind of helped me understand that ultimately. And Shea Petty is definitely another one. I didn't get to play with Shea for a super, super long period of time. We were together in Washington for a little bit, which was the bubble season in 2020. And then she was there in Phoenix while I was there during that week. And something that I learned from Shay pretty much was just don't get discouraged. Like, don't, the WNBA is still a business, but at the end of the day, there is a home for you somewhere. And I know that she's not with Phoenix anymore right now, but I saw the love and the support and everything that she was able to obtain after her season with the Mystics, because after she got traded from the Mystics to Phoenix, and it really kind of inspired me as someone who, hasn't really found like my home team yet. It really taught me like, don't get too wrapped up in, oh, you're not with this team anymore, you're with this team this year. Like, just continue to do what you do, and your home is going to find you. And ultimately, that's kind of what keeps me going in a sense, at least in terms of like the W. I know overseas, it's a different story, but I don't know. I feel like people whose stories are like hers and like Sydney's, honestly, I just kind of feel like they've helped me a lot in terms of like on court stuff and just personal growth as well. Because when I can't lie, when I was in Chicago and I got traded to Minnesota, and then that same year I ended up having to play in Atlanta, it definitely bothered me and it messed with my mental a little bit. But being able to meet Shay that following year, it definitely helped me start being able to grow in a positive direction mentally. And ultimately, I do advocate for mental health. So I feel like being able to finally tie the mental health aspect with making sure that my physical aspect was all good, I was definitely able to put myself in a situation where I was able to play for a team and get a WNBA championship.
So I have a question about you played in, of course, high school ball, dominated high school ball, dominated college, played in W for a couple of different places. You played overseas, in I believe in a Turkish basketball league, in China, and now Italy. How would you describe the differences in those and what you've been able to take away from those and as well and add to your illustrious career?
Um, Biggest takeaway is European basketball is definitely different. Um, a lot of people will try to take your head off just because they're like, oh, you play in the WNBA or you're American, da 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 da. Olympics, we always pretty much win everything. So, some people try to have a thing to prove. And for me, one big thing that I've learned is don't let like the noise or what other people got going on disrupt what I have going on. Um, and honestly, it's just very, very nice to be able to play in different areas. And I don't know, just playing basketball in different parts of the world it's just very rewarding. Like I get to do a lot of things, and I'll never understand why some people would complain about it, but I get to travel and do the thing that I love, and I get to get paid for it. So I don't see anything like I don't see any cons to it for real. But I feel like my biggest takeaways from being overseas is the physicality. I feel like, yeah, people, you got bang in the paint in the W, but I really gotta I gotta bang for my life out here because you got the shorties out here who's just like, I don't care that you're 6'4", you're not gonna get this rebound over me. And you'll be in some countries where the refereeing, excuse me, is not the best quality, even though, sometimes in the States it's not the best quality. And you're gonna have to deal with players doing dirty things, illegal things, like holding your arms when you're trying to go get rebounds, stuff like that. But for me personally, it's really taught me to maintain my calm and to let my actions on the court do the talking for me. Because there's always going to be certified yappers. There's always going to be people whose job is just like, all right, well, if I can't beat her, I'm going to just try to beat her type of mentality. And the type of player that I am, my daddy and my brother, when we was in that driveway with our little hoop, they said we going to bang with the best of them. So I don't back down from no challenge. And I love how physical things are now and how I've been able to grow and understand that they trying to challenge them right back. So that's been my favorite thing about playing over here. And honestly, just the different rules. I appreciate the rules over here a little bit more. That 3 second in the lane call in the W for defense, I hate it. I hate it so much. We don't have that over here. Now, I'm not saying I'm trying to be camped down the lane. I'll go out to the wing and play defense if I need to. But we got to abolish that rule. I think it's dumb. I hate it. I hate it so much. But just being able to play with a different like rule sets, and I don't know, it's just I don't know. Overseas ball is like it's cool. It's different. I feel like it's more aggressive. I feel like you have more people like trying to be on your head for real, in my opinion. But I love being able to answer that call and again do all my talking with my actions on the basketball court. So I definitely feel like overseas definitely helps build a stronger physical mindset, physical toughness, and as well as a physical toughness as well.
So how do you go about deciding like which teams you will play for overseas? Or like do you just wait for an invite or you're like, hey, I want to come? Like how does it go? How have you gone about it?
So normally, I just be either I'm like playing in the W or I'm kind of just doing my everyday thing when I'm not playing in the W. And I am lucky to have a wonderful agent, Mike Cowan, and he's always kind of just advocating for me and nine times out of 10 teams are looking at me already. And so he basically just does his job. He tries to find the best deal, the best areas, and he basically will present me with different opportunities. So I know I was in Turkey for a while because I felt like that was my comfort country. I had played there 4 different times, and now I'm in Italy because I'm just like, I need a new set of pace. I want to go see this beautiful Italian air that everyone is talking about. This beautiful seas, the oceans, the clear blue water, the pasta, pizza. I want to see all this stuff. So ultimately, I've never really just been like, oh, I want to go to this country. Like, can you find me something? I kind of more so base it off of, is the area nice? Like, how is the team, coaching staff? Will I be taken care of? And is the food good or not? And is money good? The money's
Yeah.
got to be good. Money got to talk for sure.
That is very understandable.
Like, how do you feel about Italian food? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I went to Italy like a couple years ago, and I was like, I ordered a pizza because I was like, oh, like it's pretty basic, and I
Yeah.
was like, this tastes so bad, and it's like obviously American food is super greasy, so I was like, this is like nothing like that. But I'm like, they could have put some Italian seasoning on, a little garlic. I don't know. It was not hitting though. I was a little upset about that.
In all honesty, I haven't had anything that's been like authentic Italian yet. Like it's
Okay.
funny that you asked me that. Me and two of my teammates, we literally just came from like all you can eat sushi like earlier for lunch. So it's like I'm experiencing like the culture and I'm eating now. I will say there is this wonderful restaurant and I've had a margarita pizza. That thing was so good. Oh my goodness. That thing was amazing. In terms of like authentic Italian food, I have not been able to like experience that yet, but I will say I have enjoyed the quality of the food out here because it's fresher. There's not so many like preservatives and stuff. Like my first week and a half of being out here, and I was eating a lot. I lost 11 pounds. And I can really just attest that to the food. Like I'm feeding myself and like my muscles. So I'm just like, what else can I do? I was like, I'm not about to start eating 5 times a day. I just feel like that's a little too much. But I think the food is good. Now I will say I have been tasting some authentic Italian wine. The wine is great. The wine is very good. Yes. I cannot
Are
complain when it comes to the wine.
are
Absolutely.
you
Yeah.
a red or white person?
I'm more of a white girl. I will drink it all, but white, I'd stick with that. Yeah.
I'm a Riesling man myself, so I get it.
So, you mentioned feeding yourself and your muscles. So, like for this point of your career, what do your workouts look
So whenever I am in season, whether it's overseas or in the W, it typically um it kind of just depends on what the physio or like the trainer has set up. 9 times out of 10, they kind of have like block workouts. But I have a personal trainer who I have been working with for the past 4 years. And I think it's been 4 years. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. And we typically work on like foot, ankle, knee strength, balancing, and hip strength as well. And so typically with him, I'll have 3 blocks and they'll either be 3 like trisets or they'll be like a superset and some trisets. And when I'm at home, I work out at least 4 to 5 times a week. So I try to get at least 2 leg days, a core day, and an arm day in. And when I'm feeling like it, I'll do a cardio day. Um, but yeah, they're very simple. Well, I consider them simple just because I've been doing them for so much. But ultimately, I kind of feel like I've been reversing the aging process, especially since I had the knee injury that I had in high school. I tore my meniscus, and I really didn't realize it until I was able to start working out with him that I wasn't rehabbing properly. And like sometimes people walk with like their feet like ducked out and stuff. So
Yeah.
ultimately, yeah, I didn't realize that that was causing a whole lot of different like situations for my knee, and working with him and just kind of working on strengthening those areas, and like it's basically helped with preventing like non-contact injuries, like just running down the floor, rolling your ankle out of nowhere, looking like you got hit by an invisible sniper. That's what it looked like when I got hurt in college. And just things like that. So yeah, we try to make sure we work on the stability part first and then bring up the strength second. So yeah, kind of just depends, but I will say I do enjoy my off season workouts more than my in season workouts. Not because I don't like what they got going on, but that's my homeboy. We literally can kiki ha ha do my stuff. He loves to torture me in the gym anyway, so we just be having the time.
So with you growing up in South Carolina, uh, being a Gamecock, and then playing for the Aces last season, you've seen Asia from very early on to damn near the peak of her powers. How would you describe the what you've seen from her, like, or what's the earliest memory you have with her, and like your first impression of her, and then what you've seen in her growth as a person and a basketball player?
So my earliest memory with Asia, we actually played AAU together for the Palmetto 76ers. And she was actually shorter than me. And I think she was a guard at the time. I just think about this picture. She was really lanky, and I can't remember how old we were, but she wasn't, where she was now, but the one thing that I can definitely say about Asia is she's very resilient when it comes to her training. Every single year, even when she was in high school, like she got better. And being able to see her career in the W, like every year, she just keeps getting better. Like I wish somebody would have voted for somebody else to get MVP this year. It would have been ridiculous, in my opinion. Like she was leading first in everything. And again, like I typically don't pay attention to like, or I don't watch the games and stuff, but like I pay attention to the little things like that. I've been seeing her all on my Twitter feed, all on my Instagram feed, and I couldn't be more prouder of her because it's like we were able to win a championship together at USC. We were able to win a championship together in Las Vegas. And I feel like the Aces is such a wonderful program for her because I feel like every single year she's been there, she's just been continuing to grow and increase her game. And I feel like and I feel like as a person, she's also resilient. I know last year when she didn't get the MVP, and I still feel like, congratulations to Stewie. I love Stewie. Um, she felt how she felt about it, but me knowing her for as long as I have, I knew that she wasn't going to let that get her down, and that she was going to come back swinging even harder the next season. And I love how she still remains to be like the wonderful human being that she is, the goofball that we all know her to be. And she'll still get in the gym, do what she needs to do, and continue to produce the way that she does. Like I could go on about Asia all day for real. I'm just so proud of her. And I definitely can say it's definitely been an honor to be able to have been able to play with her and against her on so many different levels. Like AAU played with her, we only had to play against each other once in high school, and it was at the USC team camp or whatever. They beat us, but it's okay. It's all right. It
We
didn't
we won't
count for
mention.
real. So yeah, I'm like, it didn't count for real. But and then like I just remember when she was still in high school and I was at USC already, and we were watching her announce where she was going, and she was like, "We're going to USC," and I was like, "All right, bet." I was like, "Come on, let's go get some rings now. Come on, let's go get some rings, girl. Let's figure this on out." So I'm just extremely proud of her, and I continue to wish her nothing but the best in success and in life. And she's been doing her big one. She has been shutting down the naysayers, and I love how ultimately she says what she needs to say with what she does on the court. She doesn't have to do all this talking on Twitter or Instagram or all this other stuff. She lets her game speak for herself. And I feel like that's such a beautiful quality to have, because I feel like there's so many, certified yappers out there in this world. And I'm not even just talking about the WNBA. I just mean in general. Like, people love to just to talk and to hear themselves. And I will always admire those people who will hear the people who love to just say stuff just to be saying stuff, just to be trying to get attention or whatever. And you shut them up with what you do. Because at the end of the day, they're probably saying all this stuff because they can't do what you do. And I will forever be proud of her, and I want her to continue to keep going. Go get a fourth one. Get another one. Shoot. I mean, at some point, I'm going to be trying to battle her for it anyway, but I'm going to still be pushing for her. That's my sister, so.
One of these days we're going to have to see you at All-Star Weekend. So
Yeah, I'm about to say, you
yeah.
already know I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I gotta be ready for it. I'm gonna find my team, I'm gonna find my home, and I'm gonna be able to go out there and do my big one. And yeah, I'm gonna be on that all-star listing, and then I'm gonna just be like, I remember we already talked about it, we spoken into existence. And yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we
gonna be
believe it.
popping
I
out
mean,
with the best of them.
hopefully the WNBA expands to like an actual like nice city that's not, Portland. Congratulations to them, but like
We
somewhere
Bring back
nice,
Charlotte.
Charlotte,
Hey,
Bring back
hey,
Charlotte.
hey,
It it makes sense. I don't think that I truly don't think they understand how much the Carolinas themselves will show. Like, when I tell y'all, I want to say it was my sophomore year, and we were playing in the NCAA tournament, and I believe it was in Greensboro. We played North Carolina in the Sweet 16, I believe. You would have thought that we were in South Carolina with how much garnet and black was in they will show up and show out. I don't think they fully understand that. So fingers crossed that they bring back Charlotte, because that's a money team right there. Like,
listen, I'm from North Carolina. I I know how they get about basketball. The ACC tournament is 30 minutes away from me, so I get it. I already said put the Charlotte Sting in the Spectrum Center where the Hornets play and move the Hornets to the YMCA. We got business to take care of. They don't need it. They got other issues to deal with. Just move them to the Y.
the people will still come and watch them play anyway. So hey.
Mhm.
So when we was trying to figure out how to get in contact with you, we ended up stumbling upon your website and your bio in the F.A.A.M Foundation, and that seems to be something that is very, very near and dear to you. And can you describe how you like got that started? What was your inspiration from that? And ultimately, what is your goals for the foundation?
Yeah, so it's the Alaina Coates F.A.A.M Foundation, F.A.A.M. And it's the F is for family, the first A is for academics, because y'all know academics is important. The second A is athletics, and the M is for mentorship. And ultimately, um, I always refer to it as my baby. So it's like my baby came about from honestly just seeing how my father was, and how he gave back to the community, And ultimately just seeing like how good of a person he was to other people and how he was just willing to give so much of himself to others, especially others that he didn't even know. And I've always admired that about him. And it was something that basically kind of just stuck with me growing up. Like, I was in Girl Scouts when I was younger, and we did community service projects. And even at USC, anytime there was a community service opportunity, I wanted to be a part of it. And so ultimately, the goal of my organization is for youth development and community outreach and unification. So one of the things that I love to do every year, and we'll be doing it again this year actually, we have a Christmas event that we hold, and it's basically just a free community-wide event where people can come and just enjoy, like, bring the family. Like, it doesn't have to be, it's not just solely a family affair. Like, you can come by yourself, you can come with your friends, you can bring your family. And we try to have different things where it's like, like, uh, cookie and cake decorations. We have a 360 photo booth. We try to have a gaming truck. Last year, we were able to, actually, and this year, we were able to partner with my home church, Brooklyn Baptist, and the Youth and Teens Ministry, Bob, and we were able to host it at Brooklyn Baptist last year, and we'll be able to do it again this year. And people were just able to come and just enjoy. Like, we had a cinema where we played old Christmas movies. Um, we had obviously Christmas theme like Family Feud and bingo and stuff like that. And ultimately, I just want to be able to continue to provide for the community that has loved up on me and just supported me like my entire career. Even when I was playing rec league, I had people in my church like, "Yeah, girl, you." I was like, "Okay, okay." I was like, "I don't know what to tell you, but thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am." And another big thing that we try to push is obviously youth development. So one of the staples that we have is, so February is literacy month. And so not last year, but the year before that, we were able to, with the permission of Coach Staley, thankfully, we were able to host a book drive at the games where they played against LSU and when they played against Florida. And again, like the input was just amazing. We ended up being able to, there were over 2,000 books donated, and ultimately the goal was to create a bookshelf for the Ronald McDonald House in Columbia, and we were able to do that. But because we still have so many books, we still are creating bookshelves and just trying to find other areas of being able to like donate them. And ultimately, I actually love to read too, as well as watching anime. But I we try to, any event that we can. There's been some reading festivals that we've been invited to. We've been able to give away some free books. Um, and honestly, people just like to see me and my organization, and they are just like, "Hey, would you like to come apart?" There was a Juneteenth celebration that was in a park that was nearby, and we were able to just set up shop and just be able to give away books and really just promote reading. And it doesn't have to be, you get a book and you read for yourself. Like, we have books for all ages, all kinds of different books. We got murder mysteries, we got Dr. Seuss, we got all types of things. And it's, find a book that you want to read to the kids, find a book that you might want to introduce to your book club, things like that. And so we are still relatively new. We are only in our second like full year for real. So a lot of the other initiatives that we do want to work on, especially the mentorship, is still in the works, but there's definitely going to be some things coming within the next year for sure.
That's super exciting.
That's lovely.
I love literacy. I'm also like a big reader too, so I love I can't say the word.
I got
Initiative.
you.
So yeah, that's super fun. I know we've been talking about basketball a lot too, but I know since you mentioned anime, what would you say are like your Mount Rushmore of anime top fives? Like, what do you got for us?
So first and foremost is Yu Yu Hakusho. That will always be my favorite, number one. Um, Definitely One Piece coming in at number two. I don't care what anybody says. It's not too long. It's just more story to love. I actually got my Straw Hat Crew shirt on right now.
Yeah.
Straw Hats. Um, Let me see. It is crazy because anytime someone asks me this question, I always keep having to reassess because I keep like me and my trainer, he's also like my best friend, and we watch anime together all the time. And Black Clover. Black Clover is definitely in there. I know
Okay.
people find Asta annoying because he yells so much, but I love him. I love him to death.
I think his voice is hilarious, but yeah.
It is. He's a cool guy. I love him. And I love the whole anti-magic thing and you're in a world full of magic and it's just like, well, my magic is no magic and I'm out here beating you. I love the whole there's magic and someone doesn't have magic and they're just like stronger and it's like see me with their hands type situation. As upsetting as it's been, Jujutsu Kaisen is definitely in there.
Okay.
It's Jesus, it's just
I cannot get past episode 8. I don't know why. I've like tried to watch it like 3 times, but every time I get to episode 8, I'm just like clocked out. I don't know.
What
You
happens
better
in
need to like
episode?
skip it.
What happened
right,
in that episode?
It's
right.
the one where the guy like with the volcano head, he like fights him like early in that
Oh,
scene.
Gojo
Like
Gogo and
fights.
Gojo, yeah.
Yeah, I think
yeah, he like fights him in that scene, and I'm pretty sure I get through that scene, but it's just like, all right, I'll be like, yeah, never mind, we're gonna close this up. I don't know what they doing next, but I don't want to see it.
How much you gotta give it a chance. You gotta get to Shibuya, man. You gotta see what's going on in Shibuya.
you might just have to skip
My,
that. You might just have to skip that episode, or you might have to
I
read
think
it.
but I
You
think
can
I've
read it.
watched the whole thing. But yeah, my best friend is like super into Jujutsu Kaisen, so I'm like, I just need to finish it so that I can like actually talk about it with her. But I'm like, I don't know the episode. I'm just go to 9, and then if I miss something, they repeat everything anyway. So
You already know they gotta throw a recap in there somewhere. And I feel like my last one right now would definitely be Mashal. I think it's called Magic and One. I can't remember the second part.
I think it's Magic and Muscles.
Yeah, Magic and Muscles. That's it. Again with the whole one person not having magic in the whole land of not having that Mashal is funny. Like I just love that. In my opinion, it's a funny anime and it has its serious moments. Cause I don't know no man with like I don't know how big those freaking weights are on the side of his thing. He's sitting here doing the tick dance thing or whatever with the weights and stuff, and he's out here playing volleyball with people's magic. I love it. It's a good definitely like sit down, eat me a good bowl of ramen. If I want to have me something to laugh at, I definitely would have put Mashal in that top 5 for sure. But yeah, I love a good murder mystery. So I'm actually watching this one called Ace Attorney right now. And it's a whole lot of someone did something, who done it type thing. But I will say, dang, I know you said for 5, but I gotta add 2 more. There's this one show called Danganronpa. It's actually the very like first anime that I like watched for real, for real. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. Especially when I found out like who the mastermind was. It was amazing. And there's another one, it's called When They Cry. I like that one a lot.
Is that a slice of life?
Mm, you would think so, but give it a watch. Give it a watch.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll watch
when they
whatever.
cry.
But yeah, I enjoy my slice of lives too. I'm a big
If
fan
you
of.
I cannot watch that.
what Slice of Life?
Oh no, I looked up When They Cry. It's like blood. It's like they look like a killer in the screen grab.
Oh, it is so good. Look,
That one.
it's a plot. It's like a plot twisty kind of. I promise you, it's so good. I promise you, it's good.
Oh, You know what?
I'm gonna have to
I
see.
think
I'm
I've
gonna have to
seen
see.
this.
I'm about to say, give it. I'm
This
about to say, if you haven't, give it a chance.
this reminds me of it was a I don't know what the show was called. One of my friends was trying to get me to watch it. I wish I remember what the anime name was, but like the whole first episode is like they're just in the school doing regular stuff, whatever, and it's just like really calm and really sweet. And it's like, all right, whatever. So you get to the very end of the episode, and like it's a zombie apocalypse happening outside the school. And like so it's like hella people dead. And I'm like, oh, so this is what this is about. Okay.
Yeah, I kind of like those times though.
I might have to watch that. I do love Yu Yu Hakusho and One Piece though. One Piece is my GOAT anime personally.
Who's your favorite character?
I mean, it's hard not to say Luffy, but like out of people that's not Straw Hats, I'm gonna have to say it's Sabo. That's really my dog.
I love Sabo. Yeah, I like
Sabo
Sabo.
be doing his big one.
He do. I love. Well, I'm about to say I don't want to say too much because I don't know. I don't want to be spoiling stuff, but I just love. I love how he ended up getting his devil fruit.
You read any mangas or you just watch the animes?
I want to read mangas. In all honesty, I bookstores around me be opening and closing so much. I don't know who's still open enough to like go, and I don't think there's any like stores that's like manga driven where I can just go. So I'm strictly anime only right now, but I have nothing against reading the mangas at all. Especially with how much people love to spoil stuff. I'm like, I might as well read the mangas and stuff because I be having to stay off of TikTok and all this stuff because I'm like dub only for One Piece right now. So I'm just now getting to Egghead Island. And I'm just like, people keep trying to like ruin stuff all the time. And I'm just like, oh, nope, nope, nope. Scroll, scroll.
So
Mm-mm.
I actually, so I my friends got me to watch One Piece, and like I caught up in like a year, and then I was like, I don't know about reading the manga, but then I thought about it, and I was like, dang, when they finally reveal what the One Piece is, like everyone is gonna be talking about this, so I have to read it. So I read it every week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I read most of my mangas on the Shonen Jump app. Like I think it's like
Mm-hmm.
$2 a month, and
Oh.
I be reading One Piece on there, Jujutsu Kaisen on there. I don't know if you heard of I think it's like Karabachi or something like that. I just read Yu-Gi-Oh on there. Like you can read all the Sakamoto days. I read most of that stuff, but also for One Piece, usually the chapters will come out earlier on this website, and so like when I wake up on Fridays, I gotta go. I'll be going to check.
Okay. And you say it's called Shonen Jump?
Yeah, just a Shonen Jump app. That's where all the stuff comes out from anyway.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that because I definitely there's a lot of things that I wanted to like start reading first. And then, and I know there's some things that's like they started with anime adaptations and they kind of just like stopped, but like the manga's still going. And I'm just like, you know what? I ain't got time to be waiting for y'all to animate this. I need to know what's next.
It's either that or they'll start with the anime and then the anime will get bad. And it's like, dang, what happened to my show? With Soul Eater, I
Yeah.
was so mad because they kept going instead of waiting for the manga. And I was like, bro, what am I watching right now? I was so mad when it ended. But they said the manga ends differently, so I'm gonna have to read that.
Okay. I'm gonna say because I'm in the mid. I'm watching multiple right now. Soul Eater is one of them. So I'm gonna keep that on pause, and I think I'm gonna start reading the manga.
I was about to say, if you finish,
And
please tell me what you think of the ending. But I was very like, I don't like this.
okay,
But that was one of my
I
favorite things
got you.
I had watched at that point. Like Black Star was so cool. Death the Kid was cool. The like Maki, I was like, oh my goodness, this is amazing.
I always find it funny how Death the Kid, his whole thing is symmetry, but it's I can't remember if it was Patty or which one of his guns had said it, but it's like that comment about symmetry, but you got like three lines on one side, like that's not very symmetric. And he like was like, "Oh my gosh, you're right, I'm a failure." I love how he just kind of like breaks down this stuff in anime. He's probably my favorite of the three for sure.
That's my dog. That boy got two guns. Shoot him with his pinkies upside
Facts.
down.
I'm just like, who shoots
Oh,
guns like this?
what a
I'm like, that's
dog.
tough. I like him. I rock with him.
So, in terms of since we're talking about media, as far as music, what are you listening to?
I am actually a listen to everything type person, country included. However, not that like they shot my dog and they burned down my barn type stuff. It's like the someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey, like that type of country. I can rock with that. But I like dubstep, I like Afro beats, I like hip hop, I like classical, I like Brazilian funk. I listen to everything. I'm if I hear it and I like it, I'm gonna put it in my phone.
Same.
For sure.
But
Like, so, like, what's what is it right now? Like, what you
Like what you gonna play today? Like if you like, oh, like, I just want to hear something. Like what you gonna cut on?
so it's if I could think of one right now, because it's I don't know why it's just been like on repeat in my mind at random. It's I don't know how to pronounce it per se, but it's spelled GBO. Um, and I want to say his name is Taser Boy or something like that. I don't know. I'm been stuck in like an Afro
I don't see
beats
it.
kind of
I
vibe.
might I might have to check this out.
It's
No,
a
yeah, I
I
gotta say, yeah, I'm listening to it.
it's but and it's like and honestly, Meg Thee Stallion and Glorilla, I feel like they've really been in their bags lately. And like, this 7 p.m. Friday is not like I don't know what it is about Glow. I think I like the way that how she just like says her stuff. Like I like Glow. And I've always liked Meg. Um Kendrick Lamar is definitely in there. I've been a fan of him since high school. So the fact that now I will say, I feel like we need to give Like Us a little bit of a break. Like it is a great song. I'm gonna be like, hey, minor, like it's cool. We good. I'm like, we just like hang tight, letters. Don't play it no more to the Super Bowl at this point. But I'm gonna say K Dot and yeah, it's my musical tastes are literally like all over the place. And it's so hard to really just like think of songs off rip because there's so many different ones. Like I know there's another one that I really, really love right now. It's called Favorite Girl, but I also can't remember the name of it. But it kind of is giving more like a Afro beats kind of vibe. Um, Yeah, I would have to go to my playlist. Like the thing that I love about my playlist is I can hit shuffle and I would be content with whatever plays. Oh, I think they're called Slipknot. I can't remember who sings the Coming Undone part. I mean not the part, the Coming Undone song. And then I can't remember I can't remember the name. I think Slipknot actually sings this song, but there was like uh this very popular edit on TikTok, and it was from before season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen came out, and it was of like the transition from Yuji going to Sukuna, and it's like cut me up, and then the other part or whatever. I like that song a lot too. So it's really just all over the place.
It's always funny
Um,
finding music on TikTok because most of the time I don't be trying to hear it, but every now and then TikTok can send me a gem. I'll be like, yeah, I gotta keep this.
Yeah, TikTok be having some bangers. I can say that I've been put onto a lot of songs through TikTok. I can't lie. I cannot lie. But I ain't mad about it because again, TikTok is so universal and that's something that I do love that people are understanding that like that is another like it's a major like platform. Like put your stuff out there. There's going to be people who want to hear your stuff, put it out there. I'm one of those people. I want to hear the songs. I want to download. Keep putting it on TikTok, please and thank you.
Jay, what were you about to say?
no, I was gonna say, "Coming Undone" is by Korn. I had to look it up because I wanted to be sure.
Corn, that's
Yeah,
it. I'm gonna say, like I told you, I be remembering the songs and the lyrics. I don't be remembering the name. Sorry to the people. Sorry, people. I love the songs. I just be don't remember the name. I'm sorry.
I'm bad with names, so I get it. Like people will ask me like what to play certain songs or whatever, and I'll be like, I don't know what that sounds like. Or
Yeah, I'm just like,
I just started DJing this year, so like I'll be scrolling through the things that I have saved, and I'll be like, I know I like this song, but what does this sound like? And I have to go to
yeah,
my phone and like play it and be like, oh, I can't play this.
yeah.
But yeah, we really appreciate you pulling up with us. So um, just best of luck to you as your season in the league continues. Hopefully, you will find your W home soon. So and we'll be pulling up on you at All Star Weekend whenever that is.
Period. Just let me know. I'm gonna get y'all some tickets. Don't even worry about it.
Listen, hold on. Don't just say that now
No,
because
I'm so serious.
I live in Indianapolis, so I will be here. So I will be, DMing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, and I made sure to follow y'all back on Twitter. I realized that's where the disconnect was because it kept putting y'all's message requests in the spam folder for some reason. I don't know why. So I turned that thing off to the filter thing off, and then it showed up. So yeah, I followed y'all back. So yeah, no, I don't just be saying stuff just to say it. I'm about to say this
All
was a
right.
vibe. I'm about to say this was a vibe. I want to be able to score a point and be like, yeah, friends, yeah.
Well, we appreciate you. I think me and Jamae got PTSD because last All-Star weekend we was in line to meet Cheryl Soups, and we were literally like the next people to meet her, and somebody came out of nowhere and was like, "Cheryl gotta leave," and she dipped, and then
She's like,
Cheryl
I
like
got y'all. I was like, sure, you're not gonna remember us. You're not
yeah,
gonna
Oh,
remember us.
we did not see her again. And then
oh,
this year, luckily I met Asia at her book signing in Columbia, but
mhm.
my friend and my other friend hadn't got to meet her. So we were next in line to meet Asia, and her bodyguard don't play. So he was like,
Nope.
"It's game time. Get out of here.
Yeah.
We gotta go."
Sonny be like, it's time to go.
So
Gotta go.
yeah, well, it was just a little PTSD over here. But yeah, again, we appreciate you very much. This was absolutely lovely. We enjoyed how in-depth your answers are. I love when people could give really detailed answers because that's exactly what we asked for. So yeah.
Well, I definitely appreciate y'all for having me on here and me being your first one. I'm very honored. This was definitely a vibe, though. Y'all ever want to do this again? Let me know. I'm down.
Listen, if you want to come on an
We'll
episode,
just invite you to the regular
we
pod and you can
yeah,
just like chat with us.
yeah,
I'm not saying say less. I'm
we
not
talk
saying say
about we
less.
talk about the playoffs probably. Well, we usually meet once a week, and we'll definitely be talking about the playoffs. So you're more than welcome to.
I'll say less. Yeah, I definitely do pay attention more playoff time. That's pretty much with anything. NFL, NBA, WNBA. Come playoffs, I'm actually watching the stuff. So yeah. I would definitely love to.
Well, do you have any questions, concerns for us before we let you go?
Um, I mean, y'all want to be in the stands or y'all want to be courtside All-Star Weekend? That's all I really need to know.
Uh,
Well, that's not. Oh, that's up to you. I mean,
No,
I
no,
put y'all
no.
courtside.
no, she
They
asked.
being modest. I want to be courtside. They can sit in the crowd if they won't.
I'm trying to be a hush.
I'm about to say, be real. I'm about to say, I don't care what you want. You want
I'm trying to
courtside?
be
You
a
want
floozy courtside. I'm sorry to
okay.
tell you. I'm about to have my legs crossed up.
Okay.
I'm on TV.
Okay.
We
I
appreciate
got you. Of course. No, I really do appreciate this. This was definitely a vibe for real.
We tried our best. We tried our best.
All right.
We'll definitely have to send you or now we can send you anime recommendations and stuff and
Yes.
music. We talk about music all day, especially Jay and I. So it's it's a lot of every Friday like we just drop hella music in the chat because there's just so much stuff to listen to.
Facts. I'm gonna say I'm definitely cool with that. I like y'all.
We like you too. We was looking forward to this for a couple weeks, so I'm glad this worked out.
Yeah, I'm sorry we had to keep pushing it. The schedule's just it was really less like the time frame, just more so the schedule. They decided to have a bunch of like scrimmages and stuff, and then the schedule just changes so often. But I was just like, I ain't got to practice till 3 o'clock tomorrow, so I was like, we good. We gonna get this done today.
Things happen. We be having to change stuff up on our end for various reasons, so we can't expect other people who not us, to not have to change stuff up. It'd be like that.
Yeah, it's all good. It worked out.
Well, this has
You
been
gonna you gonna sound? Oh, there you go.
yeah. Yeah, see, I heard it in you before you said it.
My bad, big dog. My bad, big dog.
This has been another episode of Pull Up 3. I am Paragon Don.
I'm Jamae.
And I'm Jay Trent.
Yeah, I didn't know if you was gonna say, and I'm
Oh, and
Alaina.
I'm late. Sorry. My
Yeah.
bad. My fault.
You'll
My
know
bad, my
from
bad.
you'll know. You want to do this again? You want to try it again?
Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah, we gonna
Okay.
try to run it back.
All right. This has been another episode of Pull Up 3. I'm Paragon Don.
I'm Jamae.
I'm Jay Trent.
And I'm late.
And this has been another episode, and we're out.